Mulan joins the army and becomes a general. She leads an ambush defeating an enemy raid, but is injured. Mulan fears her identity as a woman will be revealed, forcing a choice between military career or home. After sitting down, the marshal smiled and said, "General, you captured Tu Lisi and took the enemy's camp. Since then, the border has been peaceful. It's truly a remarkable feat." Mulan hurriedly replied, "The credit goes to the marshal for his strategic planning and leadership. My contribution is insignificant." "Don't be too modest, Marshal," he said. "I will return to the capital soon and report to the emperor. You will be promoted and granted a title." Mulan was about to decline but was interrupted by the marshal. "General Hua, there is something I have been meaning to tell you. Today, I want to share it with you." Mulan was surprised and said, "Please, go ahead. I have been a soldier all my life, and my hair has turned gray. I have no sons, only an unmarried daughter. I would like to propose a marriage between you and my daughter. What do you think?" Mulan stood up and exclaimed, "Oh." "Marshal," he hurriedly asked, "What's wrong, General?" Mulan pretended to be in pain and said, "My wound is acting up." "Take care of yourself, General," the marshal said with concern. Mulan thought to herself, "The marshal doesn't know that I am a woman. How can I marry his daughter? This is difficult to accept and difficult to refuse." After a while, she said, "Marshal, I am honored by your proposal, but as a soldier, I have no say in my own marriage. Also, I have no parents to make such a decision for me." Taking advantage of the opportunity, Mulan said, "Marshal, there is something I want to tell you." "Marshal," he said, "General Hua, please go ahead." Mulan said, "I have fought alongside Marshal He for 12 years and am pleased that we have defeated our enemy today. I request that the marshal grant me a leave of absence to return home and visit my family. Firstly, I need to inform them of my upcoming marriage, and secondly, I need to recover from my arrow wound. Once I have recovered, I will return to serve again." After giving it some thought, Marshal He nodded and said, "All right then." "Thank you, Marshal." Mulan also requested that the marshal not mention her name to the emperor. Marshal He waved his hand and said, "How can we not acknowledge your great contribution? When you return in glory, I will personally see you off." "I couldn't ask for more," Mulan replied, pretending to be in pain again when asked about the marriage arrangement. Marshal He had no choice but to say, "Take care, General. I must go now." After saying this, he smiled and left, with Mulan seeing him off to the outside of the camp. Alone in her tent, Mulan couldn't help but laugh as she thought more about her situation. She was thrilled to be able to return home and visit her family, and her heart had already flown back to her hometown. In Mulan's mind, she could see her family's joyful and busy scene, her parents welcoming her at the village entrance, her brother slaughtering pigs and sheep for his sister, her sister asking her younger sister about everything. Opening the door to my east wing, sitting on my west wing bed, taking off my wartime robe, and putting on my daughter's clothes, I will spin and weave diligently to honor my parents." Mulan thought to herself as she began to spin cotton and weave cloth. After a while, Mulan snapped out of her daydream and couldn't resist the desire to visit her hometown. She immediately ordered her troops to prepare their belongings and get ready to depart. As for the Hua family, they had been missing Mulan every moment since she joined the army. Today, Hua's mother was feeling particularly restless. It was because today, 12 years ago, was the day Mulan had joined the army in place of her father. Hua's mother couldn't help but shed tears as she talked about it. Mulan's sister stepped forward to comfort her mother and tried to reassure her in every way possible. Mulan's father, Hua Hu, also consoled their mother and said, "Although Mulan has not returned home for a long time, we have heard of her numerous military achievements. She is a great daughter of our Hua family." Just then, Mulan's younger brother rushed in and nearly collided with his elder sister, who was about to leave. He shouted, "Mom and Dad, there is great news. General Hua has returned triumphantly and is about to enter the village." "Really?" Mulan Hua couldn't believe it. "If you don't believe us, take a look at the red announcement." Hua's mother saw the red announcement, overjoyed. Is it true? My son is coming home. Hua Hu asked, where is the official now? The official has already left on horseback. Dad, get ready. I'll go pick up my sister. Mulan's brother said as he ran out. Oh my goodness, thank goodness, my daughter is finally coming back. Hua's mother was overjoyed and called out to Mulan, Hua, quickly go and open the door to the east wing, tidy up the west wing bed when she comes back, she'll need everything in place and set up the dressing table too when she comes back. Mom, I know. Mulan's brother ran back out of breath and shouted, Dad, Mom, my sister has already entered the village. The whole family, along with the villagers, joyfully came to the village entrance to welcome Mulan. A few days later, Marshal He, eager to choose a son-in-law, brought along Wang Fu, Zhou Ming, Sun Jian, Lu Zhong, and others who had just been awarded by the court, and rode horses with stirrups to the Hua residence. Mulan's brother was the first to hear the news again and hurried back home to report, a marshal and several generals have come to our house. Hua Hu and Hua's mother quickly went out to greet them. Marshal He and his party had arrived outside the door. Hua Ark saw the marshal with a big salute. Just, you are the old General Hua? You're good Hua Mulan ah. What a good general. Marshal complimented. Flower Mother also came forward to meet the marshal salute. They all entered the hall and took their seats. Marshal He ordered his men, bring in the gifts. Hua Hu quickly said, no, no. But Marshal He insisted, this is the reward you deserve. Marshal He then said, General Hua, your son has made great contributions to the country and has been appointed as a Shangshulang by the emperor. This time, I have come here on an imperial order, firstly to visit him, and secondly. Ah. General Hua, Lu Zhong saw that the marshal was hesitant to speak and couldn't speak, so he quickly went up and pulled Hua Hu over. The marshal has a daughter who is beautiful and talented, and is willing to marry General Hua. What does General Hua think? This, Hua Hu was momentarily surprised and at a loss. Marshal He, seeing this, didn't understand what was going on and asked, how is General Hua's arrow injury? The arrow injury has long since healed, Hua's mother hurriedly added, it's just that he caught a cold again and hasn't gotten out of bed. Then let me visit him by his bedside. Slow down, how can that be possible, let's just not meet, Hua Hu said. I must meet him, Marshal He said as he stood up to leave. Hua Hu had no choice but to say, then let me summon him. Hua Hu called Mulan's brother over and instructed him, Marshal He is calling you, be careful when you go to see him. Mulan's brother entered the room and knelt down. Mulan's brother pays respects to the marshal. Marshal He went up to help him up and said, enough. Hua, not quite like it. Hua Hu said, this is Mulan Hua. Wrong, old hero, I want to see the General Hua Mulan who fought on the battlefield, Marshal He said. Hua Hu had no choice but to say, then I'll go summon her. Go quickly. Marshal He said, a little angry. Mulan's brother also went out with his father to prepare for the banquet. Hua's mother accompanied the marshal to his seat. Soon, a graceful and beautiful woman walked into the room with Hua Hu. Hua Hu instructed her not to be shy. Paying respects to the marshal. Mulan stepped forward and paid her respects to Marshal He. Enough, General Hua, please, Marshal He quickly went up to help her up, but was stunned and angrily asked Hua Hu, Hua Mulan is a man, why did you call a woman to meet me? What kind of nonsense is this? But this is the Mulan who fought on the battlefield. What Mulan? Marshal, a familiar male voice came out of the woman's mouth, and Marshal He was greatly surprised. Lu Zhong, Wang Fu, and others also nodded in surprise, saying, it's like him. Mulan paid her respects again and reported the whole story to the marshal, asking for his forgiveness. After listening, Marshal He nodded repeatedly and praised, Hua is a hero, and I never thought that General Hua was a female hero. It's admirable. Mulan continued, I hope that after the marshal returns to the court, he can report this matter, and if there is any foreign invasion in the future, I will go to the battlefield again to kill the enemy. Marshal He praised repeatedly, "I never thought that women could also go to the battlefield. It seems that men and women are the same when it comes to protecting the borders and killing enemies." General Hua is truly a female hero who will be remembered throughout history. Liu Zhong, Zhou Ming, and others also praised Mulan. Hua Hu and Mulan invited Marshal He and others to a banquet. Everyone raised their glasses to congratulate each other and laughed and talked happily. Both the guests and the hosts were delighted.